Welcome. My name is Kathleen Wilson. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Kinesiology at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm excited to share with you some of the research I've been doing looking at efficacy beliefs in parent and child dyads. As many of us are aware, self-efficacy has been identified as a key factor in children's physical activity behavior. In addition to the sources of self-efficacy identified by Bandura, Lenton Lopez put forth a tripartite model of efficacy that highlights sources that emerge from close relationships. In their model, they talk about our self-efficacy, which is one's confidence in oneself, one's relational inferred self-efficacy, which represents the belief about whether another person believes in the first individual, and finally, other efficacy, which is that other person's actual beliefs in the first person's abilities. And they're also developed through social cues such as social support that one might have or interactions that they have with each other. Now, these have been examined in a wide variety of settings. You can see some of them on the slide here. But one setting that hasn't been examined is the parent-child relationship. And we know that parents play a key role in their children's physical activity, and so it may be worth exploring these associations in this setting. And so that brings me to the purpose of this study. And so for this study, we had 26 parent-child dyads, and the children in the study were between the ages of 8 to 12 years old. The vast majority of the parents were mothers. This is part of a larger study that looked at parent and child interactions. And so this is just looking at their baseline visit information where they met with researchers and completed a questionnaire. In terms of the measures we used a 5-item measure on parental support that asked questions such as, your parents encouraged you to do physical activity. Self-efficacy was measured using an 8-item questionnaire. An example question is, I can be physically active during my free time on most days. And then for rise beliefs, also answered by the child, as well as other efficacy answered by the parent. We used the same 8 items as the self-efficacy measure and just reworded them accordingly. So rise beliefs, my parents think I can be physically active, and other efficacy, my child can be physically active. In terms of the analysis, we used correlations and regressions to examine the relationship between these variables. In terms of what we found, when we were looking at the relationship between rise beliefs, we thought rise beliefs would be related both to parental support, given the social cues that the parent would be providing, as well as other efficacy, so the parent's own beliefs in the child's ability. However, this regression model was not significant. Our second regression model, in this case we are looking at what predicted child self-efficacy. We had a significant overall model with an R-squared of 0.478, and in terms of predictors, it was the rise beliefs, so the child's perceptions in what their parent thinks they can do, that was positively related to the child's self-efficacy. So what does this mean? Well, first up, we are in line with the tripartite model in that our rise beliefs, the children's rise beliefs, were related to child self-efficacy, and this was as expected in that when children believe that their parents believe in them, they were also more confident. What was kind of unique or different in this study was that we were trying to look at the role of parent support in relation to these rise beliefs, and we did not find a relationship there. And so future research should look at what cues children use to form these rise beliefs. Also, our other efficacy, or the parent's perceptions of the child's abilities, was not related to any of the other relational efficacies, and so future research should look at what role this plays in the relationship and in the child's physical activity behavior. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me at my email on the screen.